Welcome to the channel, everybody. Today, we're talking about relationships, about those subtle signs that reveal a man's past relationships, those little whispers in the wind that tell a deeper story. We're gonna dive deep into the 10 signs that a man's been around the block a few times. Had his fair share of partners. This ain't about judging, all right? It's about understanding. So, buckle up, grab your favorite drink, and let's unravel these signs together. First, let's talk about confidence and intimacy. There's something undeniably attractive about a confident man, right? That magnetic aura, the way he carries himself, it's hard to ignore. A man who walks into a room and owns it, commanding attention without even trying, who looks you in the eye and makes you feel like you're the only woman there, like you're the center of his universe. That kind of confidence can be intoxicating, almost like a drug that you can't get enough of. But sometimes, that ease, that comfort in his own skin, can be a sign of something else, something deeper and more complex. See, when a man's been with a lot of women, he learns what works. He becomes a master of the game. He figures out how to charm, how to seduce, how to say just the right things at the right time, how to make a woman feel special, even if it's just for a little while. And that intimacy, it can feel so real. That effortless way he touches your arm like he's done it 1,000 times before, leans in close when he speaks. His breath warm against your skin, looks deep into your eyes, as if he's searching for your soul. It can be genuine, sure, but it can also be a learned behavior, a practiced art. Don't get me wrong, confidence and intimacy are beautiful things. They can create magical moments. But when they're rooted in a history of numerous partners, it's worth paying attention to. It might be a sign of experience, but also a sign of something more complex. Next up, let's talk about compliments. We all love a good compliment, right? It feels nice to be noticed, to be appreciated. But there's a difference between a genuine compliment and a line. And sometimes, a man who's been with a lot of women, well, he's got a whole arsenal of lines ready to go. He knows exactly what to say, when to say it, and how to say it to make you feel like you're the most beautiful, intelligent, fascinating woman he's ever met. But here's the catch. If it feels rehearsed, if it feels like he's said it all before, it probably has been. Pay attention to how he compliments you. Are they specific, genuine, and heartfelt? Or do they feel generic, rehearsed, and lacking in genuine emotion? Here is the third point. Let's talk about emotional depth. In a healthy relationship, emotional intimacy is key. Those late-night conversations that stretch into the early hours. Those moments of vulnerability when you share your fears, your dreams, your deepest self. A man who's comfortable with emotional intimacy, who's ready for a real relationship, will meet you there. But a man who's used to keeping things casual, who's afraid of getting in too deep, he'll shy away from those conversations. He might change the subject, crack a joke, or find a way to keep things light and breezy. He'll keep the conversation on the surface, never venturing too far below. So, pay attention to how he reacts when you try to go deeper. Does he meet you there with openness and honesty, or does he shut down, deflect, and retreat? The fourth point is very important. Pay attention, is he a smooth operator or emotionally distant? Those awkward moments we all have? Those moments of silence? Those accidental spills? Those times when you trip over your words and want to disappear into the floor? We all have them. They're universal experiences that connect us all in our shared humanity. They're a part of life. They happen to everyone, no matter who you are or where you come from. But here's the thing. How a man reacts to those moments can tell you a lot about him. It can reveal his true character and how he handles life's little hiccups. A man who's comfortable with awkwardness, who can laugh at himself and move on, is a man who's secure in himself. He's someone who doesn't take life too seriously and can roll with the punches. But a man who's completely unfazed by awkwardness, who brushes it off like it never happened, might be sending a different signal. It could be a sign of emotional detachment. It could mean he's so used to keeping things surface level, so accustomed to moving from one partner to the next, that he doesn't allow himself to feel the awkwardness. He might be avoiding deeper emotional connections. While this can be initially attractive, it can also indicate a reluctance to fully engage in the messy, unpredictable nature of real relationships. It's a red flag that he might not be ready for true intimacy. So, the next time you're together and an awkward moment arises, pay attention to his reaction. It might just tell you everything you need to know about his emotional availability and readiness for a genuine connection. Now, this fifth sign, this one can be tricky. He knows your preferences before you do. Mind reader or master of patterns? It's flattering, isn't it? When a man seems to know you better than you know yourself. When he anticipates your needs, surprises you with your favorite things, finishes your sentences in a way that makes you think he's looking deep into your soul. But sometimes, what seems like intuition, like a deep connection, is actually something else entirely. It's pattern recognition. See, when a man's been with a lot of women, he starts to see the similarities between them. He notices the little things, the way you order your coffee, the books you read, the way you laugh at his jokes. He's not reading your mind. He's reading the signs, the clues you're giving off, consciously or unconsciously. Now, sixth sign is having a lot of friends. That's a good thing, right? It means you're well-liked, approachable, and have a strong social network. It shows he's sociable, outgoing, enjoys connecting with others. These are all positive traits that can make someone seem very appealing. But sometimes, a long list of close friends, especially female friends, can be a red flag. It raises questions about the nature of these relationships. Now, I'm not saying a man can't be friends with women he's dated before. Friendships can evolve from past relationships, and that's perfectly normal. But if his inner circle is filled with exes, with women he insists are just friends, it might be time to pay attention. It could indicate unresolved feelings or a reluctance to move on. Why are all these women still so close? Are they truly just friends, or is there something more lingering beneath the surface? Why does he feel the need to keep them in his life, even after the romance has faded? Is it about maintaining connections, or is there a deeper issue at play? It could be innocent, sure, but it could also be a sign that he has a hard time letting go, that he likes to keep his options open. Think about it. Is he truly ready for a new commitment? If he's still close with all these women, what does that say about his ability to commit? Is he emotionally available, or is he still entangled in his past? Let's discuss the seventh sign. Have you ever wondered how he knows all the right moves? We've all met that guy, the one who knows how to work a room, who can charm the pants off anyone with his wit, his smile, his effortless charisma. He orders the right wine, knows how to hold your gaze, makes you feel like you're the only woman in the world. And let's be honest, it can be intoxicating. There's something alluring about a man who's comfortable in his own skin, who knows what he's doing, who seems to have mastered the art of seduction. But here's the thing. Sometimes, those smooth moves, those perfectly timed compliments, those gestures that make your heart skip a beat, they're not spontaneous. They're learned. When a man's been with a lot of women, he learns what works. This is eighth important and tricky sign. A little flirting can be fun, right? But what if he is always have wandering eyes? A playful banter, a lingering glance, a harmless compliment. It's a way to feel good, to connect with others, to inject a little excitement into everyday life. But there's a difference between harmless flirting and a wandering eye. When a man's constantly flirting with other women, even when he's with you, it's a sign of disrespect. It shows that he's not fully present, that he's still looking for something else, even if he doesn't act on it. Pay attention to how he interacts with other women. The second last, ninth sign is having online dating profile. Is that show's experienced dater or a serial swiper? In this digital age, online dating profiles are like our calling cards. They're a way to showcase our best selves, to attract potential partners, to put our best foot forward. But sometimes, a well-crafted profile, the kind with perfectly lit photos, witty bios, and an impressive list of hobbies, can be a sign of something else entirely. It can be a sign of experience. Now, there's nothing wrong with putting effort into your online dating profile. But when a man's profile screams experienced dater, it's worth paying attention to. It could mean he's been on the dating scene for a while, that he's had his fair share of matches, dates, and maybe even relationships. He knows what works, what gets results, and he's not afraid to use it to his advantage. Finally, the last one, number 10. Talking about past relationships can be a tricky thing. On the one hand, it's healthy to be open about your past, to share your experiences, to learn from your mistakes. But on the other hand, constantly talking about exes, especially in the early stages of a relationship, can be a major red flag. If he's always comparing you to his ex, reminiscing about the good old days, or bad-mouthing his past partners, it's a sign that he hasn't fully moved on. It could be that he's not over his ex, that he's still harboring feelings for her, or that he's using these stories to make himself seem more desirable, more experienced. Pay attention to how he talks about his past relationships. So there you have it, folks, the 10 signs a man's had multiple partners. Remember, these are just signs, not guarantees. Every man is different, every relationship is unique, and there are always exceptions to the rule. The most important thing is to trust your gut, to pay attention to the red flags, and to never settle for anything less than you deserve. Thanks for watching, y'all. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more relationship insights, and don't forget to share it with your friends. Until next time, take care and stay insightful.